Hello and welcome back. My name is Diana. Today I want to try something a little bit different. I am going to give you 3 tips, of course, as always, that's normal, to motivate you out of the knockout, right? But completely unscripted. Well, just a little bit scripted. I have a few notes. I usually have a full set of notes from beginning to end so that I know exactly what I'm going to say. It helps me to get my point across without zoning off or zoning out or getting off topic. And I like knowing exactly what I'm going to say before I say it. But today I want to today I just have pointers to guide me, and so I'm excited but a little bit I'm excited and I'm looking forward to seeing how this works out. So yeah, I'm really excited. But before we begin, feel free to subscribe if you have not yet, as that would be so wonderful and I will be so grateful for you. Alright, so when life knocks you down, what does that look like? That looks like disasters, right? Coming over your home, health issues, heartbreak, financial situations. You know what a knockout is, right? Because it's taken you out of your natural realm, like your normal routine, and suddenly you're like, what am I gonna do? What do I do? What is there to do? Like, what's happening? This sucks, right? Okay, I'm waiting to see if the noise will stop. There is noise going on. I apologize. Completely forgot today that today is trash pickup day. So of course, the day that I'm filming. So excuse the noise if you hear it. I tried waiting, but it's not stopping. All right, let's get into the tips. Tip number 1, acknowledge the situation. No point in pretending that it does not exist, and you're going to feel the pain of it, right? So experience the knockout, feel it, do not ignore it. You want to acknowledge it because when you know that it's there, you have kind of a better idea of, okay, what can I do about this, or what is happening, or you're able to try to think about ways in which you can solve this problem, if even, right? You also want to feel this moment because it sucks and it's real, and if you ignore it, how does that help you, right? So feel that emotion, experience it, see it, know it, recognize it. This will help you release any emotions that you might have, because you do not want those emotions to just linger in your body, right? You want them gone, and you want to be able to experience those emotions. Again, it's super loud. I think it's really loud, so hopefully it's not so loud for you and you can still hear me. But yes, experience those emotions that are happening, right? This is a terrible situation that's happening. You've been in a heartbreak. Cry over it, right? Or go and do a workout where you punch out the punching thing, right? Just to release that tension, because you don't want that to linger around. You want it to be released, and you want to be able to not be stuck in that position where you feel helpless, right? So first, just experience that knockout and release the emotion that is associated with it. Tip number 2, know that you are not alone. God, family, friends are all there to help. Ultimately, of course, your number 1 provider is God, right? Because He gives and supplies everything that we need in times that are bad and in times that are good. Sometimes the people in our lives are not able to do what we need, and so it's important that our number 1 source is directed towards God, because then He can supply however He's able, and that could come from somebody you least expected, right? But when you understand that you are not alone, you are more likely to get back up, right? You're more likely to not be stuck where you are in that situation, that horrible knockout. You can get out of that situation. And when you understand that you are not alone, you have more faith, you have more hope, right? And that's where we want to be. We don't want to completely be lost and feel completely down, because yes, you get knocked down, you get knocked out, you're on the ground, things are just going downward continuously. But that's not where we want to be, that's not where we want to stay. So the goal is to not be in that knockout position forever, right? So knowing that you are not alone allows you to know that you have people that can fight with you, you have people that can work with you, you have a source that can allow for you to be able to move in a position or move in a way that will get you out of there, right? So it's so important to acknowledge that you are not alone, and to not have to fight or deal with so many of the situations by yourself. You don't want to do that by yourself. I think that's one of the wonderful things we have, right? Because I mean, imagine there are trillions of people on earth. There's no way we were meant to be alone. There's no way. If that was the case, I think there wouldn't be any more people. Right? And so yeah, there is that source. There are other sources, right? So just always know that you don't have to deal with something by yourself. You don't have to struggle alone. You don't have to. I think one of the things that I used to do, I happen to be very structured, which is wild. I love structure, and I love knowing that something has to be done this way, and that it's going to go this way, and that it can go accordingly based on the plan, right? So I like that structured plan, and I've been able to figure out ways, by the grace of God, that how to get out of a lot of situations. But a lot of times it was just easier with other help, right? It was just easier with other help. So I'm over here dealing with so many things that are just going downhill, like life is just going down a spiral, but I'm struggling by myself, and it's harder, and it makes no sense. It makes no sense to have to deal with anything by yourself. And that's why it's important to know that you are not alone, so that you don't have to just wallow by yourself. You can go to your community, and they can help to lift you up. You can go to other resources that can provide for you, right, what you need. But you don't have to fight this alone. You don't have to be stuck down there by yourself. There is always a way to help you, pull you out. So know that you're not alone. I hope that made sense. But because I ended up realizing that I can seek help, and it's okay to seek help, and I don't have to deal with this alone. And when I'm able to seek the help that I need, I am picked up. I am picked up, and it feels so good to know that I'm not alone. Or it felt good to know that I was not alone, and that it did not have to be as hard as I made it out to be. I hope that makes sense. Tip number 3, get back up. Get up and rejoice, because a breakthrough is coming. The knockout never lasts unless you let it. You have to get up. You have to get out of that situation. You have to want to get out. If you stay knocked down, you remain where you are, right? Things just continue to be miserable, horrible. I think what is it? I think a lot of what I've heard in the past is how a lot of people will go through a heartbreak. I'm using heartbreak a lot, or I've already used it, but again, you know, it's something that I can. But anyways, if when you go through a heartbreak and you're crying over this person for months and years, that's a long time. That's a lot of time being wasted at the bottom, right? You don't want to be stuck at the bottom. You want to get up and move forward because your life is at hand, it's at stake, right? You want to continue living a wonderful life. But if you're constantly stuck down in the knockout position, you can't really live as wonderfully as you want, right? Because when you're stuck in misery, when you're stuck in pain, when you're stuck in fear, when you're stuck in everything that is just knocking you down, it just expands, and it makes you just feel like, it makes you feel really heavy to the point where you just literally cannot move when you can, but your brain has just held you down so low that you become extremely heavy to get up. So get up. You can get up. You can get out. And so if you feel like I'm done, it's over, I just can't, I've given up, this is your chance to not give up. This is your reminder to not give up. Even if it takes a little bit of a long time, you have to fight to get up. You have to fight to get up and get out. I remember one time, something happened to me. I think I went through like a dehydration situation and I passed out. It was wild. I was like, oh my gosh, talking about it just makes me scared to even bring it up because I don't like those feelings. But it put me in a really, really strange position where my brain could not function properly. And so I went through the testing and everything, and it kept coming out normal, but I did not understand what was happening. But I was just constantly just in this position where it's like at nighttime I'm crying and stuck, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. But I knew I needed to get out of there. I needed to get better, whatever was happening with me that was no longer functioning normally. And so I would constantly pray, and I had a support system. I went to my support system and I had them pray for me. They were sending me scripture, words of encouragement, which was helping me to keep on fighting to get out of that knockout, because that was really bad for me. I had never experienced anything like that, and it had changed the way my body functioned. And I realized that, yeah, it's important to stay hydrated. Like, it's really, really important. But I never really paid attention. I was just going by, right? And so I was just at a really low place for me because I was not able to function normally. But because I was fighting to get up, I wanted the life that I needed. I wanted to be joyful and free and happy and normal, and it was important for me that I got to that position. So I had to get back up. I had to fight to get back up. So it's important for you as well. You have to want to get up. When it's difficult, you want to fight even more, because that's when it feels like it's the end, right? It's harder when it gets more challenging in a sense, right? It becomes even more difficult to get out because it seems like there's no way out. But that's when you really have to fight, because it's almost as if you're wanting to get out, but there is evil or darkness that is hovering over you, right? Trying to take you down and keep you there. But if you can just see the light, you can overpower that evil, right? I think, what is the statement? overpower evil with good. I think that's a statement, that's a word. But yeah, if you're able to see that light at the end of the tunnel, you can fight through, because a lot of times we are stuck at the bottom because we cannot see the end, we cannot see the way out, right? So if you can just see a glimpse of the light at the end of the tunnel, then you know that you will be able to get up and get out of that situation. So it's very important that you want to get out, you desire to get out, because you can get back up. You can get back up, and you will get back up if you do not give up. So do not give up, do not give in, do not, no matter how long it takes, right? Because sometimes, yes, it does take a while. And so with you, right, whatever it is that you are dealing with, get back up, get back up, get yourself out of it, get yourself out. It is possible. I think what's interesting is that when we try one thing and that does not work, we assume that there's no hope. When we try a few things and nothing gets us out, we assume there's no hope. But there is a way out, always. You just have to keep going. The moment that you stop is the moment that you become defeated. It's absolutely the moment that you become defeated. You become stuck at the bottom. You're kept at the knockout position, and you don't want that. Think about your amazing life that you have. Think about what can come out of the life that you want. Think about what you can accomplish. Think about the beauty that can come forth, right? But if you stay knocked down, you will not see that. But when you're able to get back up, see your support, see your source, go for the help that you need, you're able to actually get out of that situation, right? You're able to go and live life differently and better, or more enjoyable, or go back to your old life that was great, because you did not stay at the bottom, you did not stay knocked down. So do not allow defeat to take you down or keep you down. Get back up. It is possible, but it is up to you. I hope that was helpful, and I hope that made sense, because again, my camera stopped and the momentum kind of changed, because I had to get up and change things and restart and all the things. But I hope my point was gotten across. So I'm a little bit pumped up. A little bit pumped up, more than usual, because usually I'm like more calm and relaxed. But now I'm trying to get all the ideas out of my head as fast as possible before they actually leave me, because I think I have short-term memory. Anyways, alright, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you were inspired in some way. If you were reminded of one thing in today's video, give this video a thumbs up and share it with somebody who needs it, right? And yeah, that's it. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet, and I'll see you later. Bye.